the bone. Kansas giant.
Hey, can you take a picture?
Yeah.
Of my phone.
Good morning, guys. It is the day after Sharpie's buck recovery. It was a late night last night, so we had to get that deer taken care of, and got out of there. We didn't get checked into our room until late. So we just decided this morning we were going to sleep in. We got to go get that deer taken care of and taken to the processor this morning. It's not exactly cool out here this week. It's supposed to be like almost into the 60s, so when we don't have any place to take that deer, so we're going to take it up to a processor, and I believe that he's going to donate the meat to the Kansas feeding the hungry program, so which is a great thing to do. So it was an unbelievable recovery last night. It was just a giant buck, probably one of his biggest. So we're thinking that deer's going to go pushing 170 inches, which is just ridiculous. That's the plan for the day. I'm up now, so hopefully we can get things done, and hopefully at the end of it all, you guys will have some great footage of a couple great big bucks. So we're gonna work hard for it. So we'll talk to you later.
He's so big he won't fit through the door.
Sharpie and I just got done taking care of his deer, and now we are going back. We are going to go to right back to the same place he shot his deer at last night. He had that great encounter with a humongous buck, and he's got some stuff set up for me already from last night, so I'm going to go in there tonight and see if I can't get something on film and on the ground. So we'll see you guys in the ground blind. I got my ground blind all set up. This is the blind that Chad shot his huge buck out of last night. He shot it right behind me here. You can see it. He shot it right on that fence row. It came in right behind him, and he shot it right on that fence row. I got the decoy out over here. Behind me is humongous cut cornfield. There's tons of corn in it still. Beyond that is a winter wheat field. Out in front of me is an old, it's like an old homestead that's abandoned, and it's all overgrown with brush and cedar thicket, and all the deer are bedding in that. So what we're hoping for is that the deer are going to come up out of the bedding and go into the feeding, and I'm gonna be in between them. I got the decoy out as a kind of to help me out as far as being on the ground. I'm hoping that I can get the decoy to keep the attention of anything that comes by me. That way I can get the camera on it and possibly get a shot. So it's kind of windy out, so I got my wind working this way away from the bedding out into the open field, so it's a good wind. So I'm gonna get settled in and hope for the best. See what we can come up with. guys, it is November 14th. This is my third day out here in Kansas on a bow hunting trip. Good morning, guys. It is November 15th here in Kansas. Unbelievable sunrise this morning. I'm back in my ground blind this morning. The wind changed last night. It was coming out of the south last night, and this morning it's coming out of the north, so I had to change up my decoy set. Basically just move it from this side of the blind to this side of the blind. I saw one little mule deer buck this morning at daylight, so I'm in an area where there are some mule deer out here. So one little mule deer buck, no whitetails. A little bit disappointing. I thought I was gonna maybe catch some deer filtering from the big crop fields out back here behind me back into my bedding area, but it's still pretty early in the morning, so. It is the morning of November 16th, and I am still here in Kansas. I came to a new spot this morning on a piece of private ground. I've been hunting on public ground, and last night I had a doe that came through. She had 3 bucks with her, all small bucks, and I actually had a half-rack spike come through, and he came up and he messed around with my decoy, which was pretty cool. Made for some pretty good footage, but it's not the buck that I'm looking for. So that's basically 2 nights in a row that I've had 2 small bucks come into the decoy. I'm in like a hay bale, makeshift hay bale blind. I've set up a bunch of tumbleweed in between some round bales. And I'm kind of in the midst of, I got a green field behind me, green field out in front of me. And there's just a bunch of fingers zigzagging all the way through here. And the bucks have been cruising through here. This morning I had a great encounter with a great buck right at daylight. I got the footage of it. Wasn't able to get a shot off. He was a little bit further out than what I was comfortable with shooting. He was probably close to 60 yards out. But I wish I would have had the decoy out at that time, which I didn't. So anyway, I've seen two good bucks. One back here behind me with a doe. He's definitely a buck that I would shoot at. So I've got the decoy up now, and it's about 8:30, 9 o'clock. And I'm just going to sit here and see what happens. Hopefully these bucks will be cruising through here all morning long, and maybe one of them will pick up that decoy and come in for a closer look so I can get a shot. I just talked with Chad. I've hunted over in that spot where he shot his big buck all week long, literally from daylight till dark, trying to get a crack at what he figured was probably a booner 10-point that was out there. He saw the first night he hunted, and then ended up shooting the buck that he shot, which we're guessing is probably going to go in the 170s. So I've hunted there the entire week, and so I've moved spots because I wasn't seeing any deer over there. Last night I never saw deer on the property. So I moved over here to this other spot this morning, and Chad said that he was going to go back over to that spot this afternoon just to walk the property and just try and figure it out for hunts to come in the future. Just what I suspected and what he suspected. That booner buck was in on that property with a doe. He's probably been there the entire time, locked down, and yeah, it's just my luck. That's how it works sometimes. Sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the windshield. And now I really feel like I'm the windshield. No, actually I really feel like I'm the bug, because that just deflates me that I've hunted there all week trying to get a crack at him, and he's probably been there the entire time and just never moved. That's what big bucks do. They just lock down with a doe and they just don't move. I'm going to finish it out here this afternoon. I've seen some good deer, had some great encounters, and we'll see what happens. So that's my midday update. So hey guys, I'm back at the hotel room. That's going to be it. Didn't end up seeing anything tonight, and it was warm. So, you put in the work, put in the time, the effort, and sometimes it doesn't pay off, sometimes it does. So, this time I came up a little bit short, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. Had a great time. Just for those of you that think you want to come out here and do this stuff, it takes a lot of work to pull this stuff off. We had it's going to end up probably being over 250 gallons worth of fuel, 3,500 miles on my truck, hotel rooms, dinner, hunting nonstop, daylight till dark. It's tough. It's tough. So appreciate you watching. Hope you liked the video. So we'll see you in the next episode, guys.